That instrument is known since ancient times.
На него са свирили българите във връзка с различни празненства.
Bulgarians have played on it connected with different celebrations.
В наши дни инструментът се изучава в училищата по изкуствата, в музикалните училища и в висшите училища по изкуствата.
So, today, that instrument is one of the instruments young people learn to play in high schools and in universities, art universities.
Няколко думи за устройството на инструмента гайда.
Let me say something about the instrument itself, gaida.
Състои от няколко части.
It has several parts.
Това е мех, в който се вкарва въздух посредством духало. Това е духалото, това е мех.
So, this one, that's the bag, bag that you fill in with air through the pipe.
Вкарва се въздух, който въздух отива в тази гладина и в тази гладина.
And there is in these two heads.
Основната част на гайдата, която свири,
the main part that plays
се нарича гайдолица.
produces sound is gaidolisa, the one he holds in his hand.
Има 7 пръстови отвора на лицевата част и един на задната част.
It has 7 poles, one of the sides and at the back only one.
Посредством карания въздух в мега,
Due to the air in the bag,
в гайдолицата има платка, която се нарича пискун и която започва да трепти.
there is a part in that pipe that's called piskun and it starts trembling.
За сравнение, принципът на звукоизвличане е като при кларинета.
So the clarinet produces almost the same sound and the same idea of
Единична пластина, която посредством трептене въздуха започва да свири. В състава на Народния оркестър гайдата използва различни видове гайдоници. Както виждате, едната е по-дълга, другите са по-къси.
So in folk orchestras, they use different pipes, and the length is different, in fact.
Това е гайда от ре, това е гайда от ла и това е гайда от сол.
Re, la, sol.
И
These
сега ще
are the...
демонстрирам как звучат. Най-ниската гайдолица е гайда от ре.
So you hear now the different pipes.
Карваме въздух посредством вдъхване и стискане с лявата ръка. Започваме да свирим.
So that's now red pipe sound.
Която е по-висока и по-пискива. Нарича се джура гайда.
That's Jura Gaida. The shortest it is, the higher is the sound. That's so the melody was the same, but you heard the sound different.
Използват се трите вида, за да може да се покрият всички мелодии, които свири народния оркестър.
So the three types of pipes are used to represent all the possible musical pieces the orchestra plays.
Пропуснах да кажа, че в древността меховете на гайдите са правени от ярешка, кожа или от кожена коза. Но в наши дни вече се изпълняват от съвременни материали и са по-издържливи.
So in the past, gaida was the bag was the gold stomach. It was used to make it. Now the materials are more modern.
Благодаря за вниманието. Ако имат въпроси.
Thank you for your attention. Any questions, if you can, please be free to ask. You play different melodies, but do you remember those who were in Bulgaria? You learned the Rachenica, and you hear it. And now you're going to listen to Gaida, and you can join us to play Pram Oporo. Thank you. The next question.
Thank you very much. Remember, my students are wondering if your colleague practice very often. Can you ask him how often does he practice?
Every day. Only our deputy is a professional musician, and he loves, adores music.
Thank you very much. It was excellent.
He takes part in the folk dance ensemble in Bulgaria, the Danube. He's in the orchestra, the professional one in our town. The professional ensemble.
But in your school, there are other teachers who play in the band or orchestra.
No, there aren't, there is a teacher who sings. You remember that
Mm.
the singer, the top singer band.
Okay.
It's a vocal group. Now, Mr. Nichols suggests something. You are going to hear him playing, and Mrs. Kupava is going to sing for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Is it Estonian still?
Play Estonia.
Asya? Oh, ours. Okay. So, it goes.
Iovanna, Estonian zither, is a string instrument played with a bow. The history of the instrument goes back to 13th and 14th centuries. This instrument was brought to Estonia by the Swedes, who probably arrived here in the 14th century and settled on the Estonian islands. The Swedish name for the instrument was talharpa. At the beginning of the 19th century, when the Estonian folk music and poetry collection campaign took place, Estonian folk music pickers did not find hiukanna players from Hiiumaa. However, in Helsinki, Otto Andersson, a Finnish folk music researcher, met the Swedish blood sailor George Bruce, a giant chanter player from whom he recorded 6 songs in 1908. The recordings was not found until 2004. Until now, there has been a steady perception among folk music people in Estonia that the giant harp has nothing to do with Hiiumaa. But knowing the history of the Hiiumaa Swedes, it can be assumed that the music instrument arrived in mainland Estonia with its name together with the Swedes of the village of Kärdla. Unfortunately, the tradition of playing hiukanna has been interrupted in Hiiumaa for at least a century. However, as a new tradition of performing folk music has emerged during the time of the Republic of Estonia, Estonia has generally started making instruments and performing music on them. The instruments are handmade and are made either by masters, there are about 5 of them, or by people in workshops organized by masters. The first instrument appeared in Hiiumaa thanks to the workshop organized by Aine Bishop in 2013. But unfortunately, not all the instruments were successful. They have more emotional value to the owner. As an NGO, non-governmental organization, EU Kinsuviul, they have set themselves the following task: restoring the tradition of playing Hiiumaa kannel in Hiiumaa, at the same time introducing modern Hiiumaa folk songs, including those played on bagpipe, accordion, zither, violin, to the people of Hiiumaa and visitors of Hiiumaa. Introduce the instrument in Hiiumaa so that everyone in Hiiumaa would know what instrument the Hiiu zither is. In order to carry out their mission more successfully, they need instruments made by masters that would stand in the voice and be able to play music correctly. The 5 women who form NGO EU Kinsuviul have learned the basics of the relatively complex instrument and acquired the first 5 to 6 musical pieces. The return of the Estonian Hiiu kannel has lasted for about 15 years, and we have summer camps in Vormsi and winter days in Viljandi. The successful duo Puulu and about 70 people who own instruments and play music at these events. There are 4 to 5 instrument masters who make Hiiu kannel for those who want it, but there are many Hiiu kannel players who have also made their own instrument. In 2013, a Hiiu kannel crafting course was also held in Hiiumaa, where 6 or 7 instruments were made. In order to play this instrument not only on the island but also as a hobby of old aunts, we have managed to arouse the interest of some children as well. At the moment, there are 4 students from Lauka school who are interested in playing Hiiu kannel. They try to acquire the skills of playing this complex instrument once a week. The Gaina Hobby and Culture Center has provided the instruments for them. Their goal for the next summer is to participate in the Estonian Swedish Song Festival in Haapsalu. The giant orchestra of the Western Islands, Hiiumaa and Vormsi, will gather then. Be sure to come and listen to the concert.
ainukese Hiiumaa Hiiuvangla mängija Georg Kruusi üks lugudest tuleb. See on siis Hiiumaa lugu Taetlast ja selle nimi on Hunt täiega. Kuhu lugu? Targale headune. So, yeah, thank you. So this is our Estonian presentation.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I have planned the museum visiting, but museum visit, but I'm not sure if everything is going to run okay because we've got the internet connection problem. So maybe instead of that, one of my students is going to sing something, Polish song, famous, and it is not a modern one, but very famous in Poland, and I hope you will like it.
I'm so sorry, but we can share the screen at the moment, so you will hear only one of our students singing.
Co dzień nas gnał w nowe strony zawieszany czas. Zgoda, strach ciąga nas, gna nas i moje dni. Wszechobecny pośpiech czasu zna, na znacznymi może przez to lubię wracać tam, gdzie byłem, pod ten balkon płynących róż, na uliczki te znajome tak, do znajomych drzwi pukać, myśląc, czy nie stanie w nich czasami ta dziewczyna z warkoczami. Lubię wracać w strony, które znam, po wspomnienia zostawione tam, by się przejrzeć w nich, odnaleźć w nich choćby nikły cień pierwszych serca drżeń. Kilka nut i kilka wierszy z czasów, gdy kochałaś pierwszy raz. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to listen to a song from more present times. It will be more lively, I think. So let's get ready.
Nie pytałam jak, kto pytał wciąż niewiele wie. Trwałam tak, już teraz wiem, nie znałam cię jak wolny ptak. Na 4 strony świata, lecz nie pierwszy raz. Nie jestem wszystkim, czego chcesz. O, nie podniosę głosu, nie zobaczysz łez. Kiedy do mnie przez pomyłkę szepniesz imię jej, dam ci dobrą radę, zdradę ukryć chcesz. Najpierw lepiej kłamać naucz się, a teraz żegnaj, wyprowadź się z mych snów. Już nigdy więcej zamknęłam serce, żadnych wspomnień i żadnych twoich słów. Tylko dreszcze ze sobą wezmę, żegnaj, wyprowadź się z mych snów. Już nigdy więcej zamknęłam serce, żadnych wspomnień i żadnych twoich słów. Tylko dreszcze ze sobą wezmę. Okay, thank you very much. I would like to show you the museum of musical instruments, but I've got the internet problem, so I'm not sure if I will be able to do it, but I will try. So I suggest 15 minutes break, and in 15 minutes I will try to take you to the museum. Okay?